way to the mill, proud and all out. But where are you now? Misunderstood, said you would help the ones that you could. No glimpse of doubt. But where are you now? Years have passed and restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up. We've been at the top.
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. In today's video, I am doing something so fun. I have only made them one other time, but they are homemade sourdough discard cinnamon rolls, and they always turn out so delicious, and they are so easy to make. Honestly, they take like about an hour in total, and it's just not hard at all, but they are just so fun, like on the weekend to make them, or just for one day, like early in the morning. It's just so fun to make these homemade cinnamon rolls. And then after the homemade cinnamon rolls, I am going to decorate my bar cart for early fall. I know that it is still very hot outside and that is still very much summer, but I am kind of over summer. I have really enjoyed my garden and enjoyed some fun outside activities with my family, and we have really spent a lot of time outside in these hot days, but I am kind of over it and ready for cooler days ahead and some cozy days and just cozy time. So I am going to decorate my bar cart for early fall. It's not too much. I'm not bringing out the pumpkins, but I am just bringing out some of the warmer tones and warmer colors and just some more cozy vibes. I'm really excited to share this video with you guys, and I really hope that you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy seeing me make homemade cinnamon rolls, and of course seeing me decorate for early fall. I love baking and I love decorating, so this video, it was just so fun to make.
We're finally home. Down is up. We've been at the top. We're finally home. We're finally home.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin.
I will leave the recipe that I used down in my description. I did find a Pinterest recipe for these cinnamon rolls just because I don't have my own recipe. I did need some guidance and some measurements. So if you are interested and you have some sourdough discard and you want to make some easy homemade cinnamon rolls, I will leave that recipe down in the description. So if you are interested, you can use it.
This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever Something's gotta give today. It's a good day today.
I seriously had such a fun time making this video, like I said, and also making these cinnamon rolls. And then one of my favorite things is it's so special to make homemade items and then have your kiddos try them and love them. That put just a huge smile on my face. I gave one to Lucas. You will see after these are done, Lucas and I and Andre eating all the cinnamon rolls, but Lucas loved the cinnamon rolls. He devoured them, and it just brought me so much happiness and so much joy to see my own son loving his mama's homemade cinnamon rolls. It just made me so happy. He was actually downstairs while I was doing this. He was watching Elmo, and I have explained before, he has actually loved Elmo. It's really crazy because, like, yes, a lot of kids love Elmo, but when I was a child, I did not like Elmo. And so to see that my son loves Elmo, it's really cute and just so sweet. But he has honestly just loved playing patty cake with Elmo and listening to him sing, and just really have enjoyed it. So it's helped me just give him something to do while I am in the kitchen cooking, making breakfast, or doing laundry or cleaning, whatever. He just honestly has enjoyed it so much.
On this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. Time is gone and I grew up. I somehow made it through without losing sight. And I still wonder where you are, and if you found a way out from the dark. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. On this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. Bruises, they come and they go, and we have to try and
The insides of the cinnamon roll is always my favorite, so I did make sure to make even more than like what the recipe called for, just because it's so good. And honestly, I would totally add even more because I love it when like it's so gooey and it just like seeps out of the cinnamon roll dough. It's just so good. So honestly, when I remake these, I'm probably going to double the filling so that it just starts leaking out when it cooks, and it's just so much better. But I loved it. I loved this whole process, and I will for sure be making more homemade cinnamon rolls with this recipe because it was so easy. The first time I made homemade cinnamon rolls, it actually was not the same recipe. I found this recipe the night before I was gonna make these, but the first recipe, honestly, I loved those cinnamon rolls for the first time, but it did take much longer. This recipe was so quick and easy, and I could do everything with my hands and then just throw it into the oven.
back, I can see it's all clear. I'm still a kid trying to act like they all taught me, but nothing makes sense anymore.
Once I cut the cinnamon roll log into just little cinnamon rolls, I did put them in my skillet, and my cast iron, and I just spread them apart, and then I threw them into the oven to cook for about, I think it was like 25 minutes, but they turned out just so yummy, and again, they were just so easy, and I loved having them for this early morning. And again, I will always be making this recipe because it was so easy.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
While the cinnamon rolls were cooking in the oven, I did decide to start cleaning up my mess because there was just a huge mess. That's something about making stuff from scratch and kind of just getting crazy with homemade items and homemade foods. It's a disaster in the kitchen. Usually I like to clean as I go, but for this one there was flour everywhere, so there was just so much that I needed to clean. And honestly, it was just great timing because once I got done cleaning, the cinnamon rolls were done out of the oven.
To grow up, 'cause nothing makes sense anymore. Oh, it hurts to grow up, 'cause nothing makes sense. No, nothing makes sense anymore. Teach me how to fall into the unknown.
I also needed to make the frosting that goes on top of the cinnamon rolls, and this recipe is my own recipe. It called for, like, the original recipe called for like powdered sugar, vanilla, butter, and milk, and I used all of those same ingredients, but to make it even more flavorful and just delicious, I did add a whole thing of cream cheese, and that just topped it off. It was so delicious. So honestly, when you make cinnamon rolls, add cream cheese to the icing because it just gives it such a better flavor, and it's thicker and creamier, and it just is so delicious.
Time, morning, evening, and midnight, such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you.
Also, I would suggest to use like a KitchenAid to mix all of the icing together so there's no clumps, or a handheld mixer. I just used a whisk, but that I knew what was going to happen. It was much more clumpier because the cream cheese did not get super smooth. It still tasted delicious, but it was more clumpy just because I did not mix it with anything other than a whisk. So that's one thing I would suggest, is using like a mixer or a KitchenAid to mix the icing.
You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest.
I am now going to start on the dishes. I had a lot of dishes to put away because these were all clean, and then since I used a lot of dishes while making the cinnamon rolls and the icing, I had more dirty dishes, so I needed to put them in the dishwasher. So I decided to just hurry and do the clean dishes and the dirty dishes. And also I love doing that because it gives the kitchen more of a clean, obviously. So in order to like deep clean my kitchen and while baking I have to do all these things, but it also gives you motivation. So if you have dishes you need to do in your kitchen, get them done along with me, because it honestly makes the kitchen feel so much more clean.
I don't like being on my own. I could use someone to hold, and I've been trying to fill the void, but my bed is getting cold. Cause I don't have you, I don't have us, at least not anymore. You said you had to go away just to figure out who you are, and I'm in this empty house with your pictures on my wall. But I don't have you, I don't have us, at least not anymore. Now I'm just waiting for love, waiting for love. Try to forget about you makes me restless. Waiting for love, waiting for love. I don't know what else I can do, it's hopeless to be holding on to you. I guess we forgot about the way we could sit and talk all night. We just let the good times pass and got caught up in our fights. I say I don't mind, but that's a lie. Thought we'd work it out. I've tried to let you go. Memories, they tend to stay. Doesn't matter anyway, cause it won't be you and me. Now I'm just waiting for love, waiting for love. Try to forget about you makes me restless. Waiting for love, waiting for love. I don't know what else I can do, it's hopeless to be holding on to you.
And like I said, perfect timing. Now the cinnamon rolls are done and I'm taking them out of the oven. But it just works so much easier having to put them in the oven and then clean your kitchen. So now we have warm cinnamon rolls to eat and a clean kitchen to eat them in.
Waiting for love, waiting for love. I don't know what else I can do, it's hopeless to be holding on to you. Hopeless to be holding on to you.
I am now going to put the icing on top of the cinnamon rolls, and I love doing that because the cinnamon rolls are so warm and gooey and delicious, and the icing is so cold, so like that mixes together and it's just so perfect. After I put the icing on the warm cinnamon rolls, I'm going to grab my family and they get to try my homemade cinnamon rolls, and it just makes me so happy because I loved seeing the face my son made when he tried my homemade cinnamon rolls.
Your sorrow and the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've
The
got
cinnamon rolls just turned out so perfect, and like I said, they were so easy to make. They did not take too long. They took longer than like next time I make them because this was my first time making this recipe, but next time they should not take as long. Once you get the recipes like in your head, it goes faster and faster each time, but I will for sure be making these again because they were just so delicious. And what's nice is I already have all these ingredients that I use to make the cinnamon rolls around my house, like flour, sugar, brown sugar, cream cheese, butter, milk, those type of things. You already have them around your house, and if you don't, they are all very affordable, so it just turned out so perfect. And now here's my family eating the cinnamon rolls. Again, so delicious. This is it for the cinnamon rolls. You will not hear me say delicious one more time. After this, we are going to start decorating my bar cart.
get you through your struggles. I will always think of you.
Now we are on to my bar cart, like I said, and to start off, I am going to start taking off all of the summer decor that was already on my bar cart. And as you can see, my bar cart is also a total mess. This is how it gets usually because I just throw things in there and on the shelves and everywhere. So it was a disaster. So what I did was take down all of the decor, and then I started cleaning all the shelves and organizing them so that they could look more put together. They still do look like a mess afterwards, but that's just kind of how it is because they're shelves for a reason, and that's where I put a lot of my items that I use daily in the kitchen.
There will be new ways. This is not the end.
Say something like you love me and make my day, like you always do. Like you always
My
do.
bar cart really needed to be cleaned though and dusted and reorganized because it was just so dirty. Having that stuff just sit at the bottom and all those liquids and everything, it started to get sticky, and it just really needed to be dusted and cleaned. And I'm so glad I got to reorganize it because it just looks so much better. Even though it's still kind of a mess, it looks so much better, and it's much more easy to grab things that I need because now it's reorganized.
With you, oh, I want you right now, and I need you right now, you right now. My world is spinning round, round, around. Oh, I want you now, now, now. My world is spinning round, 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 and I want you now, and I want you now, and I want you now. How you move and what you do has made me so crazy about you now.
Now that my bar cart is wiped down and it is clean, I am going to start decorating it. The day before, I did go to Target and I picked up a few items in the dollar spot that are new for autumn, which is just so exciting. I found some really good finds, and that picture was one of them. I love the sage green. I love decorating with the color sage. If you don't know, my son's middle name is Sage, so it just kind of goes along, but I love how that all looks. And I do keep those wooden spoons in like something, like in a container or a crock or a pitcher or whatever on my bar cart because I cook with them daily. There are some wooden spoons that I have bought, and then there are also some in there that I have made with my fiance. We do make our own spoons. They are not the greatest, but they do turn out just fine, and they are easy to cook with. So I do like to leave those on the bar cart accessible since I do use them daily, but I also do want to make them look good because this is where I am decorating. And next, I am bringing back my tier tray. I did take down a tier tray a while ago just because it started to get in the way, but I thought for autumn it would just look so great on my bar cart, and it does. I love how all this turned out, and also those amber vases, they always look so good towards like the colder seasons because they are just so warm. And I did bring back those little wheat picks. They have been on my desk for a while just because I loved the look on my desk, but I did make sure to bring them out for autumn and put them on my bar cart.
Shining from within, I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, so you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough. Shining from within, I can tell that you're tough. ordering a cup of love.
I'm not going to lie, the tier tray area was pretty hard to decorate. I don't want to bring any pumpkins out right now or anything too autumn, and like seriously all that I have is pumpkins, so it was a bit hard to decorate for early fall, but I still love how the bar cart turned out. I did leave a lot of clips in where you could see that I was struggling because it's real. I do struggle to decorate sometimes, and sometimes I just need better items or more motivation or just to like come up with different things. But it was really hard to decorate this area on my bar cart, but I love how it turned out, and I think that honestly just all worked out and it just looks so cute.
Little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong.
One thing I love to keep decorating with is cookbooks. I have always kind of decorated with cookbooks, but cookbooks, they add good like height to things that are more lower, that are smaller, but they also just add some good colors or some good decor with like their words, their fonts, their pictures, everything like that. So I always do love to incorporate cookbooks that kind of go with the season, or that they have colors that go with a certain season or holiday, and I just love incorporating them into my decor. Plus they always add like a good coziness to them because it's like baking and cooking, and I love how they just make the spaces look. And then I just finished off some other little touches, added some bunny tails and more faux picks that have warm colors, some pine cones. I didn't want to do too many pine cones because again it's early fall, but I love how it all turned out. Well, this video is coming to an end. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. I for sure loved doing it and filming it and editing it because it just incorporates everything that I love. But I hope that you enjoyed my early fall decorations on my bar cart and just everything that came into it, and also my homemade cinnamon rolls that my family loved, and it just made me so happy. Lastly, I am going to add these last two rags to my bar cart. They have the autumn colors, and also the sage green is just being incorporated through it all, and it just looks so good. But thank you so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you all again next time. Bye friends.